I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
We're live?
I could do it. I think so. It says live in the corner. So
is there a countdown that's going to happen, or are you just doing this?
No, we'll hit the countdown.
All right.
I gotta figure out how to do it. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
So we got to get right. All right, let's do it. Count it down. What up? What up? What up, world? We're back, baby. Friday night mock grades. I'm here with Frank. I'm Rasta.
What's up, people?
As you guys know, there it is. And you know what it is. Get Right, Fantasy Network. We're live, man. We're doing another live grade show. So this will be the live grades for our mock draft that we did on Friday.
Yeah.
July 2nd. So hope everybody had a nice 4th. There it is. We got people in the room. I got my boy Frank helping me with the production. So that's what's up.
Somebody's got to click away.
Exactly. So keep that coming. Fire it off in the chat. We love the interaction here, guys. We want to hear your grades.
I'm feeling good tonight. I was just at my local Moose having some drinks, coming back. And it's gonna, yeah. Let's see what happens. For the record, you did already looking at the.
I was gonna say you already did grade you already did your grades though before you did go out though, right? So the grades are legit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's already done. That's just
all right. We had to put in the work. Work hard, play harder.
Yeah. That was before. That's all right. Hey, why you gotta ruin my mind?
Absolutely. No, we're good, man. We're good. We're good. So yeah, man. As you guys know, just
not
real quick plug for the show. No, I was gonna say. See, not enough for that. So yeah, just Friday night mocks, man. Every Friday, 9:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. We do a mock draft. You get in, you mock with us. We're gonna break down your teams, give you our grades, let you know how to draft. Just give you that feedback that you're looking for. We want to, hit this draft season and get you guys drafting right, so you can dominate your leagues and take home those belts, man. At the end of the year, I want to see all those tweets and all those posts with their belts and pictures and hashtag that GRFN, and it's gonna be what's up. So, you wearing the shirt tonight? No shirt?
Nah, not tonight.
Okay. See, he wasn't rocking the Get Right shirt. Make sure you check out. Got a different one on tonight. I don't know what that means, Frank, but we'll get through it. So yeah, man, without any further ado, they're not here to listen to us talk about this. They want to hear the grades. For some reason, I ended up getting the first pick in both mocks last Friday.
Like, I
guess there was.
No,
I was going to say there was
3 change up, right?
Yeah, 1, we do 2, the random 3 times.
That's the order.
Exactly. And so, I pulled the 1 spot both times. I had to go with McCaffrey. I think during the live stream, I completely forgot we were doing 1QB in this one. So this is a 1QB PPR redraft that we're doing. And I completely forgot. So when I was on there with Mike, look at
somebody better pay attention for sure.
F-bomb try. Oh yeah, that's one already. All right, see, there we go. So hey,
what do you mean,
them boys? Break out that notepad, my guy. Break out that notepad. Keep the score. We're gonna get a tally on here soon. We're gonna have it just live pop up, and we'll have a live tracker.
The board will be up soon. As soon as we get
we're coming up. We're gonna go ahead and transition. Yeah. So all right. Well, let's go ahead and get into it.
Now that you mentioned it. Right?
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it. We normally don't grade my team. But I'll go ahead and if you want to go ahead and talk about it, Frank, what did you think? What I did here with the 1 spot?
I want to talk about it. I think it's first of all, let's start off with saying it's a 12-team, 1 QB PPR redraft, right? This is what we usually be doing, a lot of super flex. So I want to make sure we know that it's not a super flex; it's a 1QB PPR redraft. So he starts off with the obvious choice, McCaffrey, and comes back again with a DeAndre Swift. You know, you got to get those early and often running backs. Metcalf, I like. James Robinson, another running back, backing it up. Woods, and then Herbert. I like Herbert. I like where you got Herbert at. I think that's a good spot. And then follows up with more running back in Edmonds, Waddle, Fant. I mean, you know, you're dropping down low, and then you're getting a guy that I know you personally like, so that's good. You got a rookie in Gainwell. Matt Ryan, I thought that's the steal that you got it right there, where you got Matt Ryan. Tanyan, I really don't care about, and then finally wraps it up with the kicker and Tony. I gave you an A on that, man. I thought it was a really good draft, dude.
See, you got how we started off, baby. Let's go.
You got the wide receivers going. You got a young wide receiver in Waddle as well, and you got trade bait with Ryan, and you got all kinds of possibilities with your team. So I know that you'll be happy to work with it, you know, especially starting with McCaffrey and just the running back depth that you have, and you got good QBs to go with it. I mean, you're good.
Nice, yeah. Try to draft, get in there and try to draft a solid team. You know, there's some things, and people that I would maybe go a little differently, but they're not all kind of my favorite guys. I thought maybe I reached a little early for Herbert, but kind of at the time I felt he was the best talent and pick available.
No, I think that's the right spot, man. I don't think
where I kind of got him.
It would have been gone, dude. Because now after that, Wilson happened, and then there was then you get into the other range. But I mean, you could have waited all the way to Rodgers. Is that what you want to get, or Burrow that went for later?
Yeah, I mean, you see that nasty QB run that went in the 9th there.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm definitely going to talk about those guys when we get there. So, but yeah, no, I appreciate the grade. You guys let me know what you think about this team. Dustin would give it an F- for sure. I'm sure he'll probably jump in on here. We're missing him tonight. He may jump on here later. So, you guys let me know what you think, man. Hey, there we go. See, he said Tanyan was wasted. And I kind of agree. I normally don't go too tight end.
For Herbert. See, yeah, I thought it was a good spot for Herbert too, man.
Okay, cool. All right, man. So moving on. You want to get into Mike's team here?
Yeah. Oh, I like Mike's team as well with Dalvin Cook, Brown, you're getting Carson and Hunt. You're getting that running back depth early and often. Galladay and Sutton. So he fills out his running back, wide receiver situation and goes with Russell Wilson, who's not going to like that, right? Getting him back with Agent Dillon, which, Dillon could be something if something goes. Apparently they're talking some timeshare and this and that, so who knows? Landry, I really don't care about. Hines, still just kind of filler guys at that point, I think. Matt Jones here.
Marvin Jones. I love Marvin Jones right there.
I like Marvin Jones. But then it ends up with Trouton and Jared Cook at the end, just kind of lazy.
At least they were last.
Yeah, at least they were last. But I don't think he ended up with the kicker. Are we supposed to be drafting kickers for this?
No, we're not doing kickers. I mean, that's why we're drafting the 13 rounds. Round 14 and 15 to be your kicker.
Okay, because you're the one guy that got the kicker though.
No. I got Tooney. It says
Tony. Okay,
Kevon Tooney. Yeah. No, you're good.
I'm seeing K with the kicker, man. I'm telling him.
Hey, it's okay. You're feeling right tonight. You're feeling right tonight. It's all good, man. It's all good.
I see K with the kicker. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so Dim Boys is right there. You said Jones was a steal right there for sure in the 11th. That's a nice pick, Mike. Shout out to Mike. Big thanks to him for joining me on the live stream last week. It was a lot of fun chatting with him. For those of you guys who don't know, check out his articles. He's one of the writers here for Get Right Fantasy. Check out our website, getrighff.com, and you'll see his content there throughout the year. So, so nice grade, Mike. I had to come give in here and give you a B. I don't know. Did you give your actual grade, Frank?
No, I didn't. Him a B. I'll go with an A-. I still like the rest of the core of the team up top. It's enough to work with, and I think it's a good setup, man.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I just
cares about the tight ends at the end of the day. Like, you don't even care about them. So what,
Right. I just think he could have got more value out of those instead of kind of wasting the picks. But his starters are good enough. But that's why to me it's a B. I'm not going to dwell into it. He and I talked about it for a long time after. So exactly. Oh, look at.
Well, you start off the next guy.
We have a Dustin sighting. There you go. You can handle the chat there. Yeah.
Well, I had to change. I was on the other screen, so.
Okay, there we go. All right, man. So next up here in the 3 spot, we have Alfrecht, one of the new drafters and subscribers here to Get Right. Shout out, man. Thanks for coming out and joining us. He went with Jonathan Taylor here. Kind of shocked me. Oh, there it is. Yep. See? So Jonathan Taylor went off the board here at number 3. To me, that's probably the earliest I think we've seen him go so far now in a mock. So maybe just, Alfrecht really likes Taylor there, and thinks that's the guy. But for me, there's no way I'm passing on Derrick Henry right there. For Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, I mean pretty much or Kamara, or even Chubb.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean I'm kind of taking those guys ahead, but again, to each their own. If that's his guy, go get your guys, what we always say. The only thing with me is he's again missing that RB2. Basically where he ends up taking Waller, that's where that RB2 should have, probably came right there with that pick. And even if you didn't get him there, then you got to go back and grab him there at DJ Moore. Because you still see who you end up landing after that in CeeDee Lamb, Beckham, and even Cooks, which I don't care for.
Your Gaskin even.
Yeah, you're just going to get that. What's available to you later is, it's just going to be worse. If you don't like what you're seeing in the 4th round, it's going to be worse later on. So,
exactly.
You got to make sure, again, unless you're planning on, packaging like Odell and CeeDee Lamb to try to trade up for, one of these guys that took 3 running backs, in the first 4 rounds, then that's, what you're looking at. Because to me, there's no way you need to have, 7 wide receivers on your team. I'd rather have, 6 running backs instead. So what was that NYG guy saying it should have been Barkley? Yeah, the disrespect, huh?
Right?
The disrespect of it. I know. The blasphemy. So yeah, man. So I ended up, even with all that, let me see. Let me get back to my grades there. I still ended up here with I was kind of on that B- C+ range. But I'm going to keep it at a B- just because, again, that Waller, Ridley, Lamb, Taylor, that kind of does it for me. You definitely need to trade out of this, running back situation here. You only have really one running back. And then, again, you took Taylor instead of a Henry there. So it's just a little tough. So, yeah, running backs early and often in 1QB, man. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I agree with you. Team. I'm right there with the solid B, B-, whatever. At this point, it's just the running backs as you mentioned. Zach Moss being your RB2, then Pollard, another RB2 that is an RB2 on their team. So you're not getting any real production out of these guys or anything that you could lean on. And the rest of the team's not stellar enough to make up that, gap, I guess. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't make that up. He did start the quarterback run. I did want to mention, that's the first guy he takes Brady there. And then, we go on from there. So it's interesting to see that happen in the rest. I like those runs like that, though. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And that's about where those quarterbacks should kind of be going, in that spot. Those elite guys, those top, 5 or 6 guys are going to be kind of sprinkled in. Depending
Aaron
on
Rodgers is now in the 9th, though.
That's where he should be with the information we have, and that's still, again, and he's a backup to Mahomes.
Right? It's crazy.
So to me, that's a fantastic pick, which we're about to kind of get into right now. So
exactly.
So that's where we're at, Alfrecht, man. Keep coming out here. We'll get you in more drafts here. Keep coming out. Let people know. Bring them in to draft with us, man, and let's keep having a lot of fun. And we do only have a couple more weeks left of doing this, guys. We probably only have 4 or 5 weeks left of doing these mocks before we're all starting to draft our real teams.
That's when I'll start joining.
Let's get in here, man.
Crunch time.
Yeah, it's gonna be crunch time.
It's gonna be less of you guys, more of us.
So get in, man. Have those notifications on, so you
nothing
can
like
get
actually doing them. So when you're in your actual draft, it's like butter.
Definitely. So I don't know where you left off on the chat here, but I'm gonna give FF season 1. Oh, hold on, go back. Let me get a little love here for FF season 1. We were just chatting on Twitter. I told them to come hop on the YouTube chat with us so we can finish our conversation. We were just talking actually about that blueprint for the Superflex. So it was a good conversation, man. I love talking to you guys about football, man. That's why we do this. So
For sure.
Definitely. So yeah, there you go. I'll let you take that over. So yeah, so right here is we're getting into FF Tycoon.
What do you say? Even if Rodgers does play, Brady should still get go before him and redraft.
Yeah, I think I have it. I think
Brady should go before Rodgers. Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a detour if you want to get into. You can tell him about actually FF Tycoon, man. I saw you guys are starting to break down this team, but unfortunately, Tycoon fell asleep on us. You know, he's been burning the midnight oil, working on his own channel there, and he ended up falling asleep and went auto on us, which is like kind of one of the big no-nos that we say here on Get Right is don't auto on us. But it was already late. So I didn't want to do the whole change of draft thing. So we actually had 2 people fall asleep on us on the PST draft. So that happens, man. Sometimes we get it. And there's no way for Sleeper to allow me to just boot somebody. So if you guys can't make it, just drop out. We always have a waiting list. We got people to draft. So again, get your spot
saying that
or get
the
out.
whole time. Yeah, exactly. You gotta be in it to win it, and you gotta play. You know what I mean? Like, there's only one way to practice. It ruins it for the rest of the people because you wouldn't maybe not taking that guy, chose somebody else, reached whatever, you know what I mean? Position, or just you don't like the guy. I mean, I have people I don't like, I don't want to touch. But yeah, I agree with them boys. Rodgers is going to regress. I've been telling Anthony that. I said he had a phenomenal year last year. It's impossible to repeat that. So you know he's going to go down. And not just because I hate him anyways.
He's like on top of that too.
But people do like Brady. They like to take Brady over Rodgers. More reliable weapon.
Shout out to the Dynasty pylon. Go ahead. Don't let
for sure. No, for sure. No, I'm just saying he's more reliable and really till further notice, Brady's still the fucking GOAT, right?
Hey, ticker. That's a ticker. Who caught that one? We're on a little delay. So let's get the count up here in the chat. There it is. I think that's 2-0 already, Frank, at least. So there we go. We're only
number 2 right
quarter way in the show. That's right. He's going to spread them out nicely. About every 15 minutes, we'll get one in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so unfortunately,
gotta set him up.
Yeah, see, there it is. There's two. Boom. I love it. So yeah, man. So again, shout out to Fantasy Tycoon. You know, go check out his channel. You know, the Fantasy Boardroom. Check him out on YouTube. Give him a like, give him a subscribe on his videos. He's doing his thing over there, and you know, we definitely want to support him. And you know, we're gonna definitely collab here soon. But yeah, as far as the team, you know, I definitely just kind of wanted to talk about that, just because, you know, seeing how far Rodgers, you know, fell, even with an auto draft, you know, this is where he kind of went, and that's a backup to Mahomes, you know. So again, if you're going to draft Rodgers, you know, that's the way you want to do it, making sure you have somebody solid ahead of him so that if he does play, you know, it's going to lock it down. So yeah, other than that, I don't want to spend any more time on that team. Come redeem yourself, Tycoon. I know you will. All right, man. So next up here, we got shout out to Seven Rings. Obviously, as you guys know, New England Patriots fan. Comes out here. I like this team. Comes with Henry, Edwards, Etienne, and Davis. You know, hammers out 4 RBs in the first 5 picks. That was even more than, you know, what I did. I think he took the most, which is why nobody else kind of had those pickings later. You know, this is what happens. You know, he kind of ended up being
got the same amount, right?
Well, yeah, they ended up getting more, you know, over here. But as far as like kind of, you know, in those top, you know, range of picks, you know, I think he probably got the top 4 running backs here. Although I don't care for Edwards as much.
VictoriousV's running back core better than his.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna get there on that, but again, you know, he just has that depth there.
Around, but yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. Hey, man, this is what we do, dude. We're just talking football here, man. Just make sure you're staying on top of the chats. Cut me off whenever.
Okay. We gotta go back.
Yeah, definitely stay on top of that. But yeah, so 7 rings here. Let me bring up actually my grades. We got a lot going on here.
We got pylon going on. That's one of the good things about the sleep through fills with ADP, even though we don't want the auto drafters, but it's still more accurate than other formats. That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, I think last week we had
at least the guy that's supposed to go where he's supposed to go actually does. But in our remember last year in our draft, who was the running back that just kept falling and falling, and nobody would take him, and then somebody finally took him in like 5th or 6th round, 7th, 8th round. What was it?
It was
Who
Kenyon
was it?
Drake, man. It was
Didn't
Kenyon
he
Drake.
fall like way too far?
Yeah.
And then you
I thought
took
it was
him, and
like
it
my
was like a steal.
RB3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a steal. I was like,
He
oh my god, this
produced.
guy.
I had him all
Yeah,
year too. I tried to trade him. Nobody wanted him. So I just
he
kept
was
him and he
so
produced for
fire
me.
tonight.
There it is. Shout out, man.
He's better on Sleeper lately. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's because the
shout out to
ADPs are
Sleeper, man.
actually averaging out now because I bet you a
I
lot
think
more
it's because
people
of
are getting
us.
into football.
Because
Football's
of
coming
Friday
up.
Night Mocks.
We're under a month. Yeah, it's happening. It's under a
We're
month, dude.
impacting the ADPs, man. We're impacting their ADPs. All right, man. So anyway, 7rings. Let's see. So for my grade, sorry about that. A little sidetrack. That's what happens when Dustin's not here. Me and Frank end up jumping around all over the place. It just happens. Things happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So again, just breaking down this team. I think he goes a little wide receiver heavy after that, though. You know, like I said,
Yeah.
I'd still like a running back down here. But I kind of see his point. You know, he probably felt that he didn't have kind of the wide receiver depth, but I kind of like, you know, who he has here, except for, you know, Hilton and the last three.
I would have been
kinda
happy with
done
Thomas
without,
Higgins and
so
Shark, dude. I would have been happy with those three.
yeah.
Considering his
And then
running back core, I would have been happy with those guys.
right.
Like he
So
didn't
that's all.
have to go like Hilton. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Ty's old. It's done, dude. Come on, like. He's not like I don't look at Ty as like I look at Larry Fitzgerald. Do you know what I mean? Like, although he's done now, but
Yeah.
I mean, still, is he still playing now?
Well, yeah. Yeah,
He's
he
got another
is,
year
but
left in him?
he's more like a player coach.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? But he still played at a high level for a lot longer, I think, than Ty now. Ty's done.
Yeah. Because at least Larry had hands and he wasn't like he was just a sharp route runner. Anyway,
Yeah,
see, we're getting
I
way
like
off track.
Higbee and Ruggs. I like Higbee and Ruggs down there. That's good choices.
I know. But it's fine.
What'd you
I
rate
gave
him?
I gave him for this team here. I was on that B minus C plus kind of borderline. I think I'm going to settle in on a C plus just because I don't like that kind of bottom run of those three receivers. So I'm going to drop it just a bit there. But that's it.
I wasn't hating on him. I wasn't hating on him like he did though.
I wasn't hate. That's not hate. It's still all right. He's done better. He knows he's done better.
Yeah, no, he could fill it out a lot better. I give him a B though, man, because I still, even though you still have pieces that possibly could trade and do some things, but the running backs is what he took, and you know, early and often that's going to save this team anyway. So, and with Burrow where he got him at, I thought that was a decent situation. Taking the tight end Higbee late like that, I thought it was sweet, dude, and you know that's why I give it a B. I mean, we don't like all those wide receiver runs that he did right there, but what was he going to take instead?
Yeah. Again, that's kind of what happens just down here in 1QB. So, again, I'd probably try to take another quarterback, you know, even there. Just because these guys can be on the waiver wire. You know, you're not going to need 7 wide receivers. I'd rather have 6 running backs than 7 wide receivers.
I would do agree with that. I would like to see a backup QB.
Yeah. So,
that's why it's not
again, it's not needed, not necessary in 1QB, but again, if it's over these guys, yeah.
If the season, anyway. That's how you lose the lead, taking unnecessary risks early. That's for sure.
Yeah. T.Y. hasn't been that guy. Yeah,
for sure.
There you go. You got it. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway,
on the depth chart. Yeah, I don't even know, man. Honestly, like there's a wonder that he's playing for as long as he has. Though. At a good high level. Pittman show now, huh? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a new guard in town for sure.
Yeah, no, I really, really like Pittman. I've been talking about that all year. So, and I'm gonna have to eat crow here when we talk about LuCamp's team. So we'll get there here in a second. I think you see that pick. I think you see that pick based on that news. Yeah, so we'll get there. I know LuCamp's waiting for it. So, anyway, all right. So the man of the hour, one of the OGs in the draft. One of our other OGs was in this draft as well. In NY, but he ended up having to back out last minute, or knee. I don't know why I keep saying NY myself. But he had to back out. Intel actually took his spot, but ended up going auto draft. But NYG guy 95, really, really liking this team. Starts off with Barkley, goes Gibson, who I just basically fell in love with over the last 24 hours doing some research on him. You can ask these guys. We're drafting our Scott Fish Bowl, and I basically just drove the Antonio Gibson freaking train right through our living room and kind of forced myself. I think I talked Dustin into it. Frank wasn't having it. He said we should have went QB, which I'm probably agreeing with him. So we'll see how our Scott Fishbowl turns out there. We're all drafting it together, so it's been a lot of fun.
The strategy, or what did you just call it a little bit ago?
The what?
Where you were talking about the draft order and the picks that you're taking. You called it something. I forgot what it's called. But the blueprint.
Oh, the blueprint. Yeah.
And you weren't following the blueprint. Although I'm yelling and screaming at you, is to follow the blueprint. It's not comfortable, but it looks better than it. You know what I mean? Trust me, your team ends up better.
Yeah. So it was a little crazy, man. Oh, see, yeah. So he was totally in. Yeah. So he was in on it. Yeah. I mean, he was all down for it already. Basically, we ended up getting 3 top 6. We went Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, Burrow, and then Antonio Gibson.
Bro.
So we're only in like our 4th round right now for some reason because everyone wants to take all 8 hours of their pick. But yeah, so that's our team so far. If you guys caught that, we'll see what happens. We need to get a quarterback next. So hopefully none of the guys that are in our division are listening right now. So
right.
Anyway, moving on. See, this is for like our 3rd time trying to get into
NYG guy. You finish him off. So
loving that Gibson
running
pick.
Backs.
Yeah, Montgomery as your RB3, probably one of the better RB3s you're going to get. And then still gets 2 fantastic wide receivers in Evans and Thielen in those rounds, and then gets an awesome running back 4 in Carter. Loving that pick. Gets Thomas there. Again, I think he's top 10 tight end, but he's one of those guys that's in that 7 to 25 range where he could finish every week. Although Fitzmagic did throw to Gesicki a lot, so I could see why he is up here. Yeah, so he said Thomas is better. There it is, guys. You heard it. And then Will Fuller as your wide receiver 3. I kind of like Fuller more as a wide receiver 4. I think that's a little early for him, but I do love this Gage pick, of course. Obviously with Julio leaving. So I really like that pick late. I'm sure he's going to start creeping up in this draft as we get closer. And then love this Rondell Moore pick down here in the 12th spot. As you guys know, I call that the lotto pick. And, you get a scratcher down there, man. And he has some potential. So, there it is. Let's see. So what do you think on NYG?
Did you grade? I want to hear the grade.
Oh, the grade. Oh, yeah. I was going with the breakdown. So with all that, I give it an A. Just because again, it's a balanced team. He has again just very, very balanced team. I think he got the best QB in this QB run here as well with Stafford. You can argue between Stafford and Tannehill. But again, I think it's just a solid team. I give it an A.
Disagreeing with
hey, Alfrecht, shout out, man.
And taking Hunt or Robinson over DJ Moore, Mike Davis, Javante, Mostert over Lamb. Yeah, definitely. That's where you could have bettered the team.
Yeah, he was just saying he disagrees. I think with us taking Henry
or
anyone else first. He's just defending the Taylor pick, and absolutely, man. So, and he said with all that, too generous a grade, even on top of that. So he's being even tough on himself, man. That's what we love, man. You guys got to break down your own teams. So
all the team, Evan, he's getting an A from the side, even everything.
Hey, so we're agreeing there, man. Yeah, and then Dustin saying Moss is number 1, so he's defending Alfrecht there too. So Alfrecht, you would have some love here from Dustin. We all know he's big, especially with the news and rumblings that are coming out here that he is definitely the number 1 over there, from what it sounds like. So if he's getting 20 touches a game, if they will run it that much a game with Josh Allen. But we'll see. Again, sometimes that next year he makes a move. So he's just he's going with those younger backs and Taylor and Moss. So we're kind of jumping backwards now, but
hey, we got to go.
Again, that's why we do it. We got to go where the chat takes us, man. Go where the chat takes us.
Exactly. So you finished off.
Yeah, he's saying I'll take that A.
NYG guy with an A, or what? What'd you give him?
Yeah, so he got the A from me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. What else do you want? He's taking running backs early and often. The wide receivers are nice. I like the tight end where he takes him. He ends up with Matthew Stafford, takes a backup, albeit the coin toss guy at Deshaun. But at least it's his last pick, so it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? At that point, it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good.
And got
still get the A. Still get DA with the Deshaun as the last pick. It doesn't matter at that point. If the guy actually plays and you take him as your last pick, you know what I mean. Now you're making money. If not, it didn't hurt you. That's a guy you could always drop. He's your droppable guy to do the pickup wire, obviously, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, he has to be that person.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a guy, unless you draft that perfectly that you don't need to do anything.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have no injuries and nothing happens to your team throughout the season. You know what I mean? But that's not usually how it works. At least not for me.
Right. No, I agree, man. And everyone's shocked right now, man. Everyone hit the floor. Everyone just hit the floor.
Them boys knows what's up, though.
Yeah, no, them boys did it first, man, and he got the $20, so that was awesome. Shout out. And yeah, man, that was awesome. Rest of the league should get an F for letting him go last. I think we should all get an A for letting him go last. We all had that. Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5's fault. I should have been the first one to grab Deshaun there at the end, but I already had Matt Ryan, so it wasn't my fault. So
and you picked up Tony.
Yeah, so I'm good.
Yeah.
So anyway, yep. See, there he is. He said, "Yeah, I got the A, but I got $20." So there it is. Very nice. Shout out, man. There it is. So takes home the A. OG, been doing it since the beginning. I would expect nothing less. When we come out here and we say you're an OG, you've been drafting with us since our very first draft and Friday Night Mocks back on April 23rd. We expect nothing less from you guys.
I'm curious of something. If everybody we auto-drafted this whole thing, what Sleeper bot would actually auto-draft Deshaun at?
Maybe we'll run that.
ADP. What's his ADP now? Can we just check on that? So
you can work on it.
We need a.
We'll have that stat for you guys. We'll have that stat for you guys next time. And look at Dustin saying Deshaun going to be a league winner this year. When you take him that late, he may be. As long as you don't, if you only need him for the last three games, maybe that's what's going to happen. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Hopefully, where are we at? So we just finished the 6th team. We're at 32 minutes. We're kind of on track here. We're only off by like 2 minutes.
Good.
So we're doing good. All right. So LuCamp, shout out. When I see LuCamp in the draft, I expect high. I have high expectations for him.
You're taking A's for this guy, right?
Absolutely. You think of nothing less. He doesn't kind of mess around. He comes out and just drafts A's team every time. Doesn't try to do anything funky, and I'm not hating on it. So although I think in the last draft, I think he did take Kelsey with his first pick last draft. I'll have to go back and check on it. But for the most part, my man comes out here and always drafts very solid. So you want to get into this one?
Oh, I like this team, man. I like this team. Starting off with Elliott and then Najee Harris. I'm high on Najee Harris.
Agreed.
I think,
No, keep going.
No, because I think he's gonna kill it. He's a local boy from around here. He's got good karma following him, and the dude runs like a beast. And he's gonna be in Pittsburgh as the lone back, taking the And Pittsburgh's a running team. I don't think it's gonna hurt him. Justin Jefferson, I had him last year. He's solid at wide receiver 1 this year. Gaskin following up, another running back. That's a good spot for him, I think. And taking Deontay Johnson in Pittsburgh. So he's got like a stack going with Pittsburgh a little bit there. He's the one that ends up taking Kyle Pitts. Why not take that rookie? Rojo even still, so he's taking the running back depth. Yeah, RB4 already, Robbie Anderson. I like it. Then takes Ryan Tannehill and Gallup. I like the team. You know what I mean? Like, he fields for the backup QB. Why not? That's a good A team right there. That's a solid A.
Solid A. That's funny. And look at this. NYG guy. I wish you can literally see my cheat sheet right now. I can probably do a quick share screen if I was technically savvy enough. I came in and gave LuCamp an A-. And my first note says, I like NYG's team a bit better, but similar builds. So you're right in my head. You're right in my head. So I liked your team just a bit better. Just as far as the overall construction, even with the Deshaun pick. But, and it's only because of the bottom part there. I think you got better value with Gage and Moore. To me, I don't know. It's that Henderson pick for some reason. I know
Hardman is the one that does it for me.
Well, I have to that's where I have to eat crow a little bit. The news came out that it looks like Hardman has the lock on the number 2 role, or the wide receiver 2 spot. So I do have to eat crow there. I was telling everybody, no, it's going to be Robinson. I was dead set on that, just based on kind of what I'd seen. But so I do have to eat crow there to whoever it was. If it was LuCamp or somebody else on a previous episode, okay. See, I think it was NYG guy. There we go. So hey, I'm gonna tell you guys when I'm wrong, man. We're not gonna be right. A lot of these times it's just a feeling. And that was my feeling based on what I saw, and I was wrong on this one, man. I'll we'll see. But
Dustin don't believe it. He's not believing.
He's not buying into it. So hey, maybe that was me putting that out there, and I'm just gonna, snag Robinson out from
taking that bet.
Yeah. So, we got a gentleman's bet on that.
Hardman over Moore. I think it's Hardman over Moore, right? Is that what's going on?
Oh, 3 push-ups. Oh, they got that going on over there. We'll see what they got going on. We'll get there. Yeah. All right, man. So yeah, I came in with the A- here. Again, just like I said, I just read my notes off to you guys. So to me, overall, nice team.
Yeah, I liked it better than the NYG guy though. On my end of it.
All right, there you go.
Honestly, I like the guys better that he has on this team. I think that I think you're right. Like around Darren Henderson, Miko Hardman, but I mean, I think he does. Maybe NYG guy does have that better Gage, Murray, and Moore setup, but Deshaun's like whatever. So taking Justin Fields to me is a true number 2 coming up. That's could be somebody
for you. Yeah, and I'm taking the potential there with that last pick. Because if it doesn't work out, you can easily drop them and pick up some waiver wire guys. So I think again, Deshaun could be more of a league winner than Fields. I think
that's what Henderson's for.
Right. So we'll see. But again, so very close, very close. Anyway, we digress. I think it's up to 30 push-ups now on camera.
Who's this guy? Holy shit! What happened? I didn't even look.
Yeah, no, they're up to like 30 push-ups. They went from 3 to 30. Now it's on camera. So
yeah, we can get them on camera. We have to send something to them boys. Yeah, we have to take a video.
You guys can do it.
To take a video.
Post it on the private Sleeper channel. For those of you guys who don't know, well, it is private. So if you don't know, you don't know. But if you want to be in the private Sleeper channel, hit me up. Send me a DM on Sleeper. I'll get you the invite. If you're not there already, you get early entry into the mock drafts. We're sharing information there, updates on Listener League, all that kind of stuff. So check it out. Let me know. Hit me up. Oh man! Oh, you see that? Okay, yeah, I was about to throw that up there.
The sad part is Anthony's further away from me and Dustin.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs to come to us as a majority this side.
No, see, that's why they want us to, put it on the Get Right credit card, I guess, and just fly everybody out down here for the Listener League draft. So we'll see what happens, man. I don't know if I have enough frequent flyer miles to make that happen, but I'll start counting them up. I might have to start mowing lawns or something, and we'll make it happen. Whatever you got to do, man. We're gonna roll our sleeves up and make it happen. I'm just kidding. Don't hold me to that. That was recorded, huh? That's not good. Anyway. anyway, moving on. All right, so shout out here to Craig.
Who's this next guy?
So this is Craig, man, from Get Schmucked 70. He's FF Craig Schmucker, I believe it is, on Twitter. He has over 1,900 Twitter followers there. He joined us a couple weeks ago and brought a bunch of his followers along with him to come draft against them. A lot of them then subscribed to the channel and have been Get Right supporters here and joined us for some other drafts,
nice.
Including Alfrecht. So Alfrecht came from Craig. So again, big shout out to that, man. We really appreciate it. When you share these videos, it definitely helps us with that exposure, man. So we really appreciate that. So don't hate me too much when I tell you this, man, but I had to come in here after that nice run of A's and kind of break that run and give you a B+, man.
You give him the grade off the bat.
Yeah, man. Just because,
like a Band-Aid.
Yeah, man, just get it out there. I had to, you know how I do, man. When I start buttering people up, I got to just boom, rip that Band-Aid real quick, and then, then start, blowing on it and saying it'll be all right.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah, let me tell you why. And again, this is just, our opinion, man. This guy does a lot of stuff here in fantasy, and again, it's 1QB, so it's very subjective, and we're all trying different stuff.
He's selling you right now.
See, I told you, I'm just blowing on it. It'll be okay. But no, man, he comes out with Chubb and Mixon. To me, that's strong. Gets Kittle. To me, that's, like your wide receiver one. Is kind of how you have to look at it.
That's what I'm looking at it now too, man.
Exactly.
I can't stand it, but I'm going to do it. You know what I mean?
have to. Yeah. So in order for grading it, that's how it is. Yep. And then Robinson is your wide receiver 2.
I like that guy.
Love the Javonte Williams. I like him more as an RB4 if you can get him there. I think you can get him there. I mean, probably by draft time, that's probably where he's going to go in 1QB. Probably in the 5th, especially after some preseason games. And if they say and officially name him the starter, by that time, then he's of course going to go there. And then I would say he would definitely get the, RB3 nod. But I'd like to see if I can still get him there as an RB4. And then I just think, again, just the wide receiver, the depth is, I like all these guys, and then I just don't really like Hurts that much, but I love Bateman and I don't like Edwards. So again, it's kind of this mix, and I don't really like Mixon either. But I like Chubb. So it's like, it's this roller coaster thing for me. So that's why I kind of had to come in at a B+. So B+, A-.
Like
yeah. But I'm like, I gave LuCamp an A-, and when I kind of compare the two teams, I would rather have that team. So that's ultimately what, bumped me down.
Oh, I'd rather have LuCamp all day.
So that's where I'm at. So Craig, don't hate me, brother. B+ is still a great grade. Come out, show me an A draft next time, man. I know you got it in you. Let's see what we do, man. So, and again, maybe we can get you on one time here too, and let us know how you are, man. So, yeah. So where are you at with his team?
I'm right there with you. I'd just say it's B's. I don't do all these pluses and minuses. Some of these, the wide receivers, right where you mentioned right now, you Claypool, Leonard Shenault. Although I like those guys, it's kind of lacking in that department. And I think because it looks that way because his wide receiver 1 is George Kittle. So you got to start there instead of, looking down further to find that, that wide receiver 1, which is kind of odd to look at the team that way. And I think that's why when we grade them, we kind of thrown off by that aspect of it to take that into account. At least I am. Sometimes I'm like, just doesn't look right. You know what I mean? Because I've taken those tight ends early, and honestly, I don't think they pan out as well. I think I would have took a running back or a real WR1 at that spot and been better off and just settled with a decent tight end. I think your team still
Keenan Allen.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's the point. You know what I mean? Like that's the point. And with that said, Hurts, I like Hurts. I think he's gonna have a better season than you're giving him credit for, and Bateman that he got, Gus, Jones, at least he picked up another backup QB. That's why it's a B+. I think we're just missing on some of the wide receiver depth is what we're both nitpicking on, right?
Yeah, and again, it's just only because of that whole Kittle situation. So like, it's just like my eyes playing tricks on me. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta.
I don't like Ayuk as my wide receiver 2. I like him as a wide receiver 3.
Exactly.
And getting Claypool and Shenault, don't get me wrong, and Bateman, that's fantastic. But again, it's all those guys. So I mean, you could probably easily trade somebody.
I want to let you know you got into a legally binded contract with over here with them.
Oh
boys.
Yeah, I've been left that on for a long time. Yeah, so they're trying to get me to fly out. I just hit all those.
I leave the screen sometimes because I'm looking at a different screen just to see the board better.
If you see anything about legally binded nothing with my name in it, don't put it on the screen, Frank. Come on now. Come on now. Try to move past that moment. Later. Yeah, no, there's no live. We can't edit that out. Man, just blow me up right here. Put me on the spot. Man. All right, man. So anyway, I know Dynasty Pylon. Martin was in here earlier. Shout out, man. Dynasty Pylon. Watched the show earlier. Good show, guys. They were breaking down the AFC South, whatever division it is with Houston and Indy and all those guys. So
the AFC North.
Yeah, there you go. Something like I think he's referring to Get Schmuck's team there.
Oh yeah,
because he has Chubb and Mixon and all those guys. Yeah. But yeah, so shout out to Martin and the Dynasty Pylon, man. I like this team. Comes out with 3 solid running backs. Very heavy, early, a nice wide receiver 1 pick right in there with Cooper, getting him, in the 4th round. As long as that ankle comes back, he comes back okay from that, which I think, they'll take it easy on him. We know what we're getting out of Cooper. I don't think he really needs the, preseason and all that. They could just make sure he's fully healthy and ready to go for the start of the season. I think this 4th and 5th, round pick right here with Cooper and Mostert is fantastic. And then you basically tag Dak right in there at the 6-4. And to me, that's where he kind of wins this draft right there. in the 4, 5, 6 on top of those 3 running backs that he picked up. You know, I like Judy, but again, I'd rather have a better wide receiver too, but because he has Cooper, I think it's going to pan out. We were just talking about Pittman, really like him. You know, of course, I like Samuel. Don't like the stack too much, having 2 Niners there. And then, you know, gets a nice little PPR piece here in Jamal Williams and gets Mooney. And then Lance here at the end. So I think it's a nice team, man. I gave him a solid A. Very nice team, you know. And I think this is probably what he was talking about the first time we drafted with them. You know, he kind of did the best available, kind of had that Skittles, you know, rainbow draft, as we like to call it, all colorful in the beginning.
Yeah.
But, you know, this time he came out running backs early and often, and you got yourself the A, my friend. So keep it up. Hopefully we can get you out again next week, man. Get you into some super flex too. Let's get you in some super flex. Get you out of your comfort zone.
Super flex action.
Yeah,
you just barely got him right on this thing. You gotta let him get used to it and let him get a couple under his belt. Don't just throw him to the lions with the super flex. It's a totally different strategy.
Well, this is what I was going to tell him. I'm going to extend the offer and say, you come and join us for a super flex draft, and I'll come and join you for an IDP draft.
Oh,
so let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. So yeah, man. So again, shout out to the Dynasty Pylon over there, man. If you guys like IDP leagues, check out their channel. So yeah, 10 spot. We have our guy who finally broke the running back run in round 1. Oh, see, yeah, threw me under the bus and backed me right under it. He did. You see that? He was.
I wasn't even paying attention, man. Don't count nothing against me, man.
We were just talking about.
I'm not in my right mind.
We were just talking about Frank's bus story, so we won't get into that right now. Yeah. Although we should have that story on recording in case any of us get a little cognitive impairment or something, and we forget it. I want to make sure we don't forget that story. Anyway, one of the best stories ever. You guys will have to ask. You guys are gonna have it. It is one of my favorite Frank stories. You guys will have to ask me offline for that one. So yeah, so we're almost done here, man. We're in the 10 spot.
Hey,
this is what happens when Dustin isn't here, man.
Review VictoriousV as well before you move on to the next guy.
Oh, look at me! I dropped the S-bomb. Oh man!
Somebody's keeping track.
There we go.
That's 3.
Them boys, you got the notepad, man. Write it down. That's 1 for me.
I'm agreeing with you when you look at it, and you were mentioning the Skittles look of a team or whatever. When you're taking the best available, and it just doesn't look right. Even aesthetically, you could see that this team's stacked. It's ready to go. He's got all those running backs. He's got a top wide receiver. Takes Dak, who I think is going to be a wide receiver 1 this year. Judy, like you said, I think that's where, you know, not the flashiest pick that I like to see, but I like Pittman as well. Gesicki that he rounds it off with. I like the fact that he takes Lance so late as a late pick like that. So, you know, Mooney, solid A team, man. You know, maybe an A plus. You know, that's the team you could ride with.
He's throwing it out there. So I have to ask you, this came through while you were sitting there. Let me see here. Where were we at? So said Mostert is his RB4. Can't really call that a stack. And technically it's not. No. Same question. Which A is better? So out of NYG guys team that we gave an A and VictoriousV's team here that we also gave an A, who's better? That's tough. I'll give you some time to think about that. So
LuCamp,
NYG guy,
throw somebody else out there. LuCamp.
Of course he would say that. So hey, there it is, man. So he's taking LuCamp over it, but out of these 2 guys, who you take? Well, I guess technically you gave all 3 of them just A's, right? Because you don't do the whole plus minus thing.
Yeah, just giving them because that's what the whole point is, man. It's too hard to be like.
It's too hard to tell.
You're like, but honestly, I would
that's
like
what we do, man.
Over all the 3.
If
that's what you want to hear, the A plus goes to LuCamp because the other 2 they're solid A's. But as far as the talent that he has on the team and who they are, I'd ride that team all day. That's the championship team right there.
Yeah, no, man. So there it is. Unfortunately, I'd have to go with NYG guy just because I like the Barkley Gibson. Man, but that's tough, dude. If you look at these as like, I love this Cooper, Mostert, Prescott, and like Sanders, Cooper, Mostert, Prescott. I like those picks better than his picks there, but then I like his 2 starters a lot more than I like Martin's 2 starters. So that's where it kind of, and that's why I'm kind of at an A for both, that I can't really kind of say one is, better than the other. But yeah, so Dim Boy says yours is still better, NYG guy. So you got one person there. I can't decide. I'm taking the 5th on that, man. I would take either one of those teams if I had to take him over.
I just can't take NYG guy because it's Barkley over Elliott. I'm going to take Elliott.
Yeah, see, there you go, and that's why you lost that. And then to me, too, the Prescott over Stafford kind of makes the difference there. So again, that's why I'm at A. They're both A teams. They're just built a little different. Frank said I choose C. Is that what you just threw up there?
Yeah, and I had to nothing because he called it.
Okay, there it is. And then here we go. Yeah. And Martin says, I'm down for that. I'll try a little super flex. There we go. So invitation accepted. You're going to come on with us for a super flex draft. I'll come on and join you for IDP draft, and we'll make it happen, man. So that'll be a lot of fun. Absolutely. And Dim Boy says super flex is a whole other world. And there it is. And Martin say, or Dynasty Pylon. So I guess they're on different accounts. I always think one's one and one's the other. So shout out to whoever's running the Dynasty Pylon.
Yeah, that's hardcore, man. I started a long time ago. Remember, we had IDPs.
Yeah, that's how we started.
I tried to keep going. I was hardcore like that, man. I wanted to keep IDPs going, but I was a minority then. I was a minority then.
Yeah, you got outvoted. So there it is. He's saying trash because you didn't give him the higher grade, and Dustin saying IDP is a lie.
My bad.
There it is.
I did like that team, VictoriousV. Dude. Is that VictoriousV? I'm like confused as to who they
are. So Evan is NYG. NYG.
Oh, NYG.
That's Evan. And then Martin
the Barkley pick,
is VictoriousV. Yeah. So it was Barkley, man. But NYG guys taking Barkley 150 times out of 50, as I like to say.
But honestly, I like this Evans and Thielen's. The wide receivers he has over Jefferson and Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson's where he drops off a little bit more, I think. I like Thielen.
ryanmhik's probably like, dude, you guys were about to get into my team and then went on this 20-minute tangent. So
Rant.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go through. We had a little bit of time to spin because Tell's team is a super flex, so we're not really going to cover that team. So we have about 8 minutes to finish off these 2 teams. So I think we can do it.
So ryanmhik goes off with a zero RB strategy. Is that what happened?
Let's just do that. There we go. We'll go super flex and IDP and get it all done in one. Boom.
Let's go back to that.
He said it's not about the grade, but about the Elliott over Barkley.
Yeah.
He's hating on you now. You just lost a fan, Frank. You just lost a fan.
I'm a Cowboys for life. Don't get it twisted.
Exactly. He's like, you're right. He's there it is. See, Elliott better than Barkley.
Put that in the bank. Hey, we'll do a gentleman's bet. We'll do a gentleman's bet.
Boom. There it is. We'll put it up on the site. You heard it here. If he accepts. All right, man. So let's get on, man. We got to finish this up. We're doing. I think we're still doing okay.
I already started. I already started.
You were going. I sidetracked us again. Go ahead.
Yeah. He's doing the zero RB strategy, right? Taking Hill, Diggs, Allen, nice wide receiving core. Nice. Finishes off with Murray.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying because now he got crap for running backs. Basically, Gordon's not too bad, but Fournette, Sermon, he could be a RB1 though. What happens? You never know what happens. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's see what happens. But he could be taking some time away, and running behind the San Francisco line has proven that it doesn't even matter who the guy is up. He scores for you, and it's not a bad running back to be taken. Basically, Harris and Goddard, I like him. But Philly Lindsay, Baker Mayfield at the end. Why not? I'd say it's solid B plus because I'm not a fan of the running back core that he has. So, you know what I mean? Although he has those wide receiving core, I'm just running bad guy. So,
yeah. Well, how I look at it is, to me, I just consider those guys, him taking 3 RBs, kind of like how Martin did there right next to him. And Jones, Dobbins, and Sanders, except for he took Hill, Diggs, and Allen.
I remember the year you took like 7 wide receivers.
Yeah, something like that. So, that's what happens. But again, you just get stuck here. If you go 0 RB like that, I don't think you can afford to take it at QB that early. Because again, just think about how much better this team might have been if you would have maybe even just had Gaskins or even ETN, maybe even a James Robinson, as that RB1, potential guy. I would just kind of like that a little more better than Gordon, because everybody else here is in some type of timeshare. And really, I would consider almost Harris as probably his most consistent, starter on that team, as far as kind of knowing what type of workload he's going to get.
Yeah, it should be the number one there this year.
Right. Just whatever that entails, right? I mean,
yeah,
that doesn't
exactly.
mean
For New England. What does that mean for New England,
Just
right?
again, we don't know what that means, let alone without Brady. We haven't barely seen what happens, with New England without Brady. So you can't, all that data is all null and void to me. So we're going to have to see what this is. They can maybe go more traditional. If, he is who we think he is, he could be. But again, I wouldn't recommend this strategy. It's going to be tough sledding. Again, just for me, because running backs get hurt more often than your wide receivers. So again, you're probably more guaranteed to have those 3 wide receivers, but you're probably going to end up having to at least trade one of them off for, an RB2. And, maybe you can get better than that, but, if anybody else, would make that trade with you, again, I mean, I'm sure you could easily get, a nice RB2, low end RB1 for Allen. But yeah, so as far as a grade, my bad. I came in as a B.
As a B? Yeah.
Yeah. Just because the talent's kind of still there.
I think you called it too. I just noticed that when you say that. Yeah, if you would have took a running back there where Murray's at and even followed up with, Boster or somebody else, or even Gordon, wouldn't matter. The team would have looked dramatically different. He could have waited. Look where Prescott went a couple picks later. He still had Lamar Jackson out there. Still you're right. He could have just waited and even just taken, Herbert or Russell Wilson. This team would have been fine.
2 rounds later.
Even later.
Yeah.
Literally 2 rounds later.
Exactly. So again, if you're going to go tight end early, if you're going to go QB early, in a super flex or, in a 1QB like this, you can't double down on 2 strategies. Like that's the thing we've seen the most here, from all of our mocks is don't
switch it up in the middle of your strategy.
Don't do 2 kind of things. Don't go tight end early and 0 QB or 0 RB, don't do 2 of those things. If you're going to go 0
don't get cute.
RB, then you can't take a tight end or a quarterback early. Like you need to wait, and get, have a more balanced team that way. Or else you're just going to be top heavy as bleep, as one LeBron James once said, since I can say that since Dustin's not here. So that's where I'm at. So I'm at a B. And what'd you say again on that one?
I gave it a B as well.
You're a B too?
Plus, it was around the area. Just
there's still talent there. So yeah,
it's just the running back core that you're just not. Everything else looks okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't sleep at night. I'd be literally sending 15 trade offers a night.
Was he saying Harris is going to surprise all of you hating on him this year? He got a high-end RB2 and his RB4. I think is
hey, them boys, go back and watch it, man. I said Harris is the best running back on his team and said he was the RB1 of that team.
Yeah.
So I'm not hating at all. I'm loving Harris. Yeah. I had him last year. I actually have him in our keeper league, and I don't have to choose because my options that I have to keep this year are Aaron Jones, Cam Akers, and Damian Harris. And I can only keep 2. So I'm keeping, of course, Jones and Akers, but I like Harris. So hopefully I can pick him up still late again and see what happens. So
we're not hating on Harris. I mean,
I said he's the RB1. Yeah,
but the situation is, let's see what happens. How well they run the ball. Where's the offense running through? What is the offense over there? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Is Mac going to start? Mac Jones starting? Is it going to be Cam? What's that whole situation, going to be? So, we'll see. So, but he does say, just to bring that back up again for the second part of that, I think that's about as good as you can do, going 0 RB. And it's like, and that's basically what happens when you do go 0 RB, but you don't want to throw that early quarterback pick in there. And that's what, kind of messes that up. At least he waited for the tight end until he got that, RB run out of there. So, I respect him for trying it, man. This is why you do it. You try it out here and see what adjustments you can make, and 1 or 2 picks here or there, and you build out, the team you're looking for. So I'm talking haters in general, not really go, oh, okay. All right. Then I take it back a little bit there, dim boys. No worries. No worries. Did you bring this one up here? Oh, my bad.
Sequence.
My bad. I just want to bring this one up. Gibson
for Diggs
or Hill. And yeah, that's basically kind of what I would be looking for. I would try to poach that if you had one of those picks. Although it would have to be, I would personally try to trade Allen for Gibson, because then at least you're trading up. If you can package Allen with somebody else, one of those running backs.
Yeah.
Like a Fournette and Allen, and try to get a Gibson. That's what I would try to do. So anyway, we'll get into that as we're going into the end of the season. Now we're talking trades.
Listen to that guy. He's a trade guy.
Love it. Yeah. Well, and Dustin too, man. We love trading.
I'm just an evaluator. Give it to me. I'll let you know which one to take.
Yeah, Frank will tell you if it's good or not.
I've been pretty good at trading with Anthony.
Yeah, God, that Jamal Charles,
I think I'm over.
AJ Green, and oh, dude, everything. And then when I even think I got you with Wentz over Rodgers in the draft last year, you still win the freaking belt. So it's whatever. The champ is in the building. Anyway, all right, man. So we just hit the hour mark. We only have one team left, so we'll get through this one here.
Let's do it. What about Tell 67? We're going to skip him because he was
he was auto draft. He knows he'll be back here next week, man.
So we just want to mention that here. That's the reason we're skipping him, because he was an auto draft. We don't grade auto drafters.
Exactly. It's just interesting. Sleeper took Kelsey there at the 11th spot, but we can get into that another time. I think it's well worth it.
Would you take him?
Yeah, I would have just gone running back next instead of Hopkins. I would have gone Kelsey and then whoever running back is next there. But anyway, we said we were going to talk about it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, like a Kelsey Najee would have been nice right there. But anyway, so again, jtournemille, shout out, one of the newer drafters here and subscribers to Get Right. So thanks for coming out. We appreciate the support from everybody. And I don't know if anybody checked, man. I hope you guys smash that like button. That helps us out. Pumps it out to everybody else's feeds, and might gain us some subscribers. So smash that like button, and don't forget to tell your friends. Even though I know you probably don't want to, but still tell them. Tell a friend of a friend.
He's always letting us know. I got a big too comfy with the running back stitch.
See? Then there it is. So he's already grading his team. There. So let's get into it.
We got graded anyway.
Oh, and agreed. See, that's the NFC East hate going on in there.
Yeah, right. For life.
Exactly. Oh no, I think he's talking about. They're talking about Tell. My bad. They're not talking about JT. They're talking about Tell.
Okay.
So they're saying
I know they're talking about Tell.
Okay, yeah, that was my bad. I thought he was talking JT. Yeah, my fault. No one's talking bad about you, JT. I was trying to defend you. All right, man. So we got him here in the chat. So let's get to his team, man.
JT.
Let's see. So we got Austin Eckler, Cam Makers. Love those two guys. I just told you I have Cam as one of my keepers here this year. Then get Scary Terry, Josh Allen, who I have as the QB2 overall this year. I don't like the Chase pick there. I'd rather get somebody a little more kind of proven. I don't want to say like solid. I want to say proven, because both the potential with Chase and Devonta Smith is there. But again, I wouldn't want to risk it. So I would like to see somebody else.
Take him a little later, right? I think you could take him a little later.
I mean, he may not be there later, but again, I would just much rather have. Which way is this flowing? So this is flowing the other way. So like I would have probably rather had maybe. Oh yeah, it's kind of tough. So you probably did get maybe the most potential, but I'd maybe rather take kind of more the security of a Lockett.
Higgins?
Nah. Well, not. I mean,
probably
if
Higgins
I'm going to go,
Lockett.
Well, Higgins, no, but I would like Chase over Higgins, and they're on the same team, because Burrow, played with Chase. So it's kind of tough. So I kind of see why he did that, but like I'd rather probably have like an Odell Beckham. Or even
talking yourself out of the whole situation
there. Well, there instead of the Jamar Chase. I don't like him as your starting wide receiver too.
So, yeah, I know what you're saying.
But yeah, so
not the player himself; it's the position he's playing for you.
Right, but other than that, at least he gets these two guys, which one of them could pop, or they both could pop. But that's just the game you're playing. But again, because he kind of does all that,
and Lockett or Sutton's better there.
Yeah, see, he's kind of thinking the same thing. He's along the same lines as us there.
He's like just Chase's potential.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So, and that's kind of what I'm saying. I like the potential of those guys. I just would like to have something a little more solid there. Again, I think if the Deontay Johnson would have fell in that spot, if LuCamp didn't take him there, I think that would have been a great pick. Kind of any of these guys besides Galladay in this round. Galladay and Cup, I kind of don't like in this round. But I think between Woods, Thielen, and Johnson, if that falls to you there, and then you can come around and get Chase next, and then Devonta, and then just wait on Hawkinson a little later because nobody picked a tight end, between there. So again, I think he would have been fine. But overall, where do we go here? I gave him a B plus on this one, and also just because of the RB depth with DJs, your RB3 is a little tough, and then Singletary looking like he might be even phased out for Moss, and then Hubbard's just a handcuff for McCaffrey. So it's just kind of
mind it so much.
I mean, down there, but I like the St. Brown and the Fitzpatrick pick though. So.
If those wide receivers work out for him, and he's got some love for him, they're gonna, maybe they pan out and they're pretty good, and that's not that bad of a team. You know what I mean? He did get Allen, as you mentioned. He's your what you say, a QB3 this year right now. I gave him an A, man. I didn't
there you go, Jay.
Him that much. I'm not knocking the team, man. Even if it's young at the wide receiving core, I think he could get some pieces that he could trade away to get something, or even just, manage a situation. I don't mind David Johnson and Singletary because if Zach Moss goes down, Singletary's getting the job anyways, and anything happens in those kind of situations. I like Hubbard as well and St. Brown, so that's why I give him the A. And it ends up Fitzpatrick as his last pick. Why not get Fitzmagic as your last pick as your backup? I think that's solid.
Right. And Dim Boy is saying, I don't like Chase Myers too. I need someone steady there while we're seeing 3 and 4 is where I'd rather take it. Yeah. So, I mean, I kind of agree, but with both of them, because he's saying, he didn't like anybody there more than Chase's boom potential. And, at the same time, it's just, again, sometimes that's just how the draft falls. I just went through and said, again, I kind of agreed. Like all you had really was Lockett or, Sutton. I'm not too big on either of those guys. Again, based on what Chase's potential could be. So again, I don't want to take that away from you. Again, I probably would have done the same thing there. But I probably would have actually went running back there instead, versus going, wide receiver if I didn't like any wide receivers there.
So he's thinking Devontae Smith's gonna have better year than Chase anyways, them boys.
Right.
It's a good thing he got both of them.
Yeah, no, and I think he got the 2 top rookie wide receivers to get. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, B plus.
Yeah,
I'm mainly giving you the B plus for the lack of running back depth, not the receivers. Like I think your receivers are fine. That's just me trying to help, not even just you, just people watching, on how to construct the team and just kind of giving that feedback. Some people's teams give us better examples to, explain some of these, situations that you get into. It's not a personal knock on your team. It just gives us that, opportunity to, share some of our knowledge with you guys. Whether you like it or not, take it or leave it, take part of it, whatever it is, if we can help, or just to give you another pair of eyes and another brain on it. So, that's why we're here, man. So overall, man, I thought it was a good, fun draft. The auto picks did kind of suck, having them in there. But again, these 2 guys, I've been part of this show for a long time. So again, I'm going to give him a little pass on this one. JT saying, thanks, fellas. Hey, that's why we do it, man. It's all out of love. We're not here to put anybody down, man. We just want you to do great. We want to see that trophy at the end of the year.
I didn't mind it too bad.
Yeah. Hey, Frank gave you the A, man. So his bone to pick is with me. So I'll keep apologizing. Come back, come strong again next week, man, and get that A. Yeah, no, it's good. I give him a B plus. I mean, it was just right there. I just don't like DJ. Everybody knows that. Go back and watch the last shows. So, and he's saying, Dim Boy is saying, I'm definitely still a solid team. He'd ride with it, and I'm saying the same thing, man. So that's what's up, guys. So yeah. So other than that, again, Friday night mocks. Thank you guys so much. We're just past the hour mark. Appreciate you guys, spending your evening with us. For those of you who are watching later, out, hopefully you guys can catch us live one night. We know it's late. Real late on the East Coast for you guys, but hope you enjoy it in the morning. So other than that, I guess it's time to roll those sleeves down. Frank, you got anything to say in closing?
Just thanks for being here, man. We appreciate the support, and we'll catch you on the next one. Definitely going to be getting in some more mock drafts as the season gets closer, especially after the first preseason games, and we redo our rankings. I'm just thinking, obviously we're under a month away now. Now we're, it's coming, basically. That's all. I'm just excited, man, honestly.
Yeah, we're getting there, man. We're getting there. We're getting there. And hey, this is the best way to leave it out, man. Both hit the under on the F-bombs. I don't know if we were one away or not, fuck it. We're out.